This is Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, and this time we're going to look at Windows 10 Technical Preview, this time for phones. It's all called Windows 10 these days, and you get the little for phones at the end if it's for phones. Anyway, we're going to see what differences there will be for Windows 10 for phones, and the good news is it's coming to a lot of models. This isn't just for high-end models this time. We're going to look at it now. So here it is, Windows 10 preview on the Nokia Lumia 635. Doesn't look so different at first, but for those of you familiar with Windows Phone, notice the background, right? Instead of just being the tiles having the background, just like other operating systems now, you can see right there as I pull it up and pull it down, the picture is there filling up the entire background on it. So that's the first thing that you'll notice right there. And for the default tiles here that don't have any information, they're all translucent, so you can see a bit of your picture. Also under display settings, you can set it to be little tiles, which will shift all the tiles to be smaller and over to the left-hand side. Good for one-handed usability and also for those of you who just want to see more of your desktop picture. Speaking of settings, that's changed too. Now you see how everything's arranged in a bunch of groups. Some people had issues with Windows Phone 8.1 and its flat list of settings. It didn't actually bother me that much, but given that there were customizations done particularly on Lumia phones versus other brands of Windows phones, sometimes, the variation might confuse people, which is almost comical if you come from the world of Android, where goodness only knows what manufacturers are doing to Android and changing the look and feel. Anyway, you can see stuff is grouped right here now. And some of this will doubtless change. The typography will get a little bit more jazzy and stuff, because this is still pretty early stuff right here. Say we go to personalization. And here's right where I was talking about how you can choose your background picture and you can choose how much it covers, and say we choose show more tiles. And this is not the world's fastest technical preview, but you get the idea. All the tiles have been shifted over there to the left side, and you can see more of your desktop. Now also new here is the drop-down settings. Notice that you can have a whole bunch of settings, and you can configure which of these things is here, so you don't have to have that many settings up top if you want. But if you do like that, well, that can be a pretty good thing. The usual notifications here, some of these are going to be actionable here for the notifications. You can do inline reply to SMS, for example, right now with 10 Technical Preview. Other apps should be coming email. It's supposed to be coming as for Skype and other things. We don't know yet what's going to happen with that, but we can only hope that that too will be the case. So that's kind of handy. So say you're in the midst of reading an ebook and you get a text message in, and you don't want to have to multitask and switch over to messaging just to answer somebody. You can just swipe down, answer them, swipe it back up, and get back to your book. So if you go to your All Apps view, notice that anything that's recently installed goes up to the top of the list. Of course, once you access it, or after a certain amount of time has passed, it's no longer up there at the top of the list. Otherwise, this works pretty much as it did before for your All Apps list. Some live tiles can be made even bigger now. So for example, Cortana does a whole lot of stuff now. She gives you stock information, your sports scores, whatever you're interested in. So if you want to make it even bigger, you can do so and then potentially get even more information. And we've just made it to its biggest size right there. And Cortana, as ever, is willing to listen to you for your voice commands. What's the temperature out?
It's currently 26 and mostly sunny.
A little cold here today. Now notice the keyboard. See the little blue dot right there? This is going to turn into a four-way cursor. So if you've typed in something and you want to correct, when you use your finger to do that, your finger is blocking your view. So it's actually a very clever idea to bring the cursor down here so I can move it around and it's moving through that text field. And you can actually use it in this case to move up and down and select any matching pop-up searches that it thinks might be viable. So a really brilliant little touch to embed it down there. Another nice feature, and this is not like Mac OS X's continuity feature in Yosemite, is notification syncing between all of your Windows 10 devices. That means whether it's a desktop, a laptop, a tablet, or I imagine even your Xbox, that's coming up too with integration for a lot of the features here. If you dismiss the notification on your desktop because you've read it, it will no longer appear in the notification area on your phone. So small thing there. Also, universal apps are coming. We're not there yet, again, for all of those different platforms. And when it comes to laptops, desktops, anything x86, that means that the Metro Live Tile apps or modern UI apps, as we call them. So in theory, you should be able to run the same apps, say the same version of Evernote Modern Edition, on your phone as you do on your laptop, which is kind of cool. It can give you a nice fluid familiarity, and obviously with some cloud storage going on, very easy access to your data no matter where you are. And that also supposedly will be coming to the Xbox as well. We'll see universal apps on the Xbox. Also coming, but not here yet, is the project Spartan Web Browser. You've probably heard us talk about that for our Windows 10 preview on desktops, and that's the new web browser that should be a lot lighter, cleaner, and have some more interesting features that we see currently in IE 10 on the smartphone. If you want to try this out yourself, it's a little bit slow. There's some bugs here and there. Mostly you'll notice the typography isn't that clean, and it's not the end of the world. Things do work on this. Right now, only some lowish, mid-range to mid-range Lumia devices are supported for the technical preview on phones, and that's the Lumia 630, the 635, the 636, the 638, the 730, and the 830. When it'll be coming to other devices, I don't know. Should you install it and decide it's not for you right now and it's not exactly fast, fluid, and bug-free enough, you can actually uninstall it and go back to Windows 8.1 on your phone, so not bad. So looking pretty neat, looking pretty hopeful. Not the radical changes we've seen so much for the desktop/laptop OS, where Microsoft really reworked the UI there to get a better integration between the Metro and the desktop environment and make it less jarring. Here, they're really just doing a lot of fine-tuning because they did many things right here to start with. Well, that's pretty promising then.